What I have noticed is that when you gain a spot, a certain level, they change.
All those first place trophies. Wow. Okay, Dave, what's the story on this photo again here? This was in Florida?
Yeah, that was, what year is that? That is maybe 2012.
2012. Okay, we're talking to David Johnson here, unknown champion of racing.
Radio control racing.
Radio control racing.
Yeah, it's a untalked about sport, I guess you could say.
Untalked about sport.
For about 15 years now.
15 years.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what do you have to do to actually get funded in sponsorship or backing. The money in these races is not racing itself. I think it's getting to the races, getting out of town, getting your hotel, getting your entry fees paid for, and stuff like that. And it seems like maybe once a month, there's like 7 major races a year. And I think total for the whole year, you might need, I'm somewhere between like $4,000. That covers all your travel, all your hotel, entry fees, airfare, or whatever it is that you want to do to get to these races, to have a successful season, in order to just be ranked as far as top 10, top 15 in the country. And it's just hard trying to find support, and I think a lot of people don't know about it, and that's the reason.
Yeah, well, tell us more about this racing, radio control racing, David, and how many wins you've had. And how you've been breaking history quietly.
Yeah, from my knowledge,
breaking records and making history quietly.
Yeah, I'm probably the first or one of the only black national champions, multinational champions, state champion, regional, international champion as far as Canada. I've been pretty much most places. Most of the major races I started to go in like 2011 and 12 to really branch out just to see how I fared against other people around the country, and kind of surprisingly I knew I had somewhat of the talent to do it, but I didn't know how good I would be. And I've won a lot of races that probably people haven't heard of. You know, the U.S. Nationals, Canadian Nationals, 4-time regional, 6-time state champion. I think I probably have the most wins in my class in the state of Michigan. But yet again, and still not quite the support that I would need to complete a whole season. And that's the part that's troubling,
I should say. And you're also a master barber, is that correct?
Yeah, I've been cutting hair for 22 years now.
22 years.
22 years.
All right.
I've been doing this for a minute.
Okay.
Doing this for a while. This is how I kind of fund myself. To get to those races. I use my job, actually.
Well, tell me, what do you want people to do to help?
Just, you know, it's advertising for people who want to promote something. You got to understand there's like a couple hundred people at these races, so you got like 200 people, that means 400 eyes are on your product. That's people that are able to see what I'm racing with and what I'm racing for as far as promotion. I can pretty much be a walking billboard for anybody out there. I've got credibility behind me because I am a national champion. I am current, and state, national, or whatever you want to call it, champion at the time, and I think that brings a little more attention to who I race for. Perfect example, if I put Red Bull on the hood of my car and win a lot of races, more people start, kind of leaning towards Red Bull. I mean, it's marketing at that point. Just like if you had a business as far as like a Coney Island or a print shop or something like that, those details are embedded on my shirt as well as the car, as well as all over the country, wherever I go. That's what I'm representing. And like I say, these races don't cost as much as, like I say, the full season is like about $4,000. So, I mean, you have multiple sponsors from multiple different venues and avenues. And I want the sport to branch out from just being inside of RC. I would like companies that are not involved in the RC world to promote.
RC meaning?
Radio control. You got real major companies out here like, let's just say Midas Muffler or Pepsi, you got Coke, you got ESPN, you got anything that is commonly viewed on a daily basis that is outside the sport of radio control can be advertised, and that could actually grow the sport into a bigger realm of viewers, actually.
Okay.
So you bring more people in. So.
Okay. All right, Dave. So how do people contact you? What do you want?
You can text or call, email. My phone number is not changed. It's my phone number is 313-721-8935. If you want to become a sponsor, a part sponsor for partial season, maybe one race, maybe the whole season, my email is evilwrxjohnson@gmail.com. evilwrxjohnson@gmail.com. And again, just trying to find some backing to get to these races. Like I said, the travel is the most expensive part. Once we're there and set up, I pretty much can do what I do. And that's winning races.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, before we go, David, can you tell us more about these photos on the wall back here?
Those are old photos from a couple years back.
Now, this is you winning...
that's the Florida Nationals. Yep. My knowledge, first black guy to ever win that race.
That's right. First black guy ever win that race, yeah. Florida Nationals.
2010, 9, 10, and 11 Grand Slam champion. That was the final race. I was also first place back in 2010.
2010, Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, and these trophies here are, I can't remember the year, but that's every first place trophy from that year. I think that's over like 20 or 30 major races that I won that year.
Wow, and this was remote control.
Yep.
Race.
Yep.
Okay, all right, Dave. Well, we want to thank you for your time. Give me that phone number one more time.
313-721-8935. I'm heading off to the Canadian On-Road Nationals here in about 4 days, and trying to produce another good result for that too. We should be okay. I've been practicing pretty good here for the last month or so, trying to get ready for it. But that's the other thing. There are no tracks in Detroit whatsoever. We don't even have a place to practice. So I have to at least drive out of the country to Canada, or at least 2 to 3 hours to Cleveland or the Ohio area just to practice. So my practice time is very limited, but we're still producing the wins, the top 3 results. I haven't been out of top 3 in the last 10 years.
Okay.
So we're just trying to build on that.
And what do people Google if they want to know more about you, David?
There's
Dave
a couple
Johnson.
different ways. You can put in Dave Johnson RC. You can put in Dave Johnson BBC, which is a company that I raced for a couple years ago. You can put in Dave Johnson and Nate Burleson, which was one of my sponsors last year. It was a NFL football player that stepped up and sponsored the season, which was awesome. And any of those would bring up quite a few results. So.
Okay. And that email and phone number one last time, David? Because folks need to be...
The phone number was... The phone number is 313-721-8935. And the email is evilwrxjohnson@gmail.com.
All right, Dave. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Another hidden treasure here in Detroit, y'all.